And we are live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I'm just here with a small little chat, just left Walmart, just cruising. Gonna see what's up. I know, well, it's only 10 o'clock over here, but it may be 3 or 4 in other places. We got one on the chat, you and me. Counterpunch to you, whoever's there, hit the like button. We'll wait for it to load. I'm just headed to the casa. Been a lot going on in the sport of boxing, man. I'm really looking forward to Kell Brook and Terrence Crawford go at it. See if Kell Brook still has it. See if Terrence Crawford is still the #1 best. Jordan Benson, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Jordan Benson, what part of the world are you in? Columbus, Ohio's in the house. And that's Eastern Standard Time, right? Or is that Central? I believe that's I think that's Eastern, right? Oh. Well, I'm in Louisiana at the moment. Just visiting family. And it's pretty much a random at, man, see what everybody's doing, just taking a cruise. Picked up some stuff, headed back to family, rather. Yes, Eastern Standard Time. I thought that's where it was. 'Cause, I know Ohio's a little bit kind of East Coast, kind of. He who greets with fire. Yo, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Everybody hit that like button as you guys come in. Make this like a quick chat, but Unbox with Liam. Hey, Kurt, how you doing? It's 9:49 a.m. from my country. Where's your country at, Unbox? Where are you calling from? ABQ representing. Okay. That's what's up. Where's ABQ? Albuquerque. All right. Hey, that's where the great Johnny Tappy is from. Yeah, man, Johnny Tappy was cool, man. He used to do those backflips and stuff like that. He was one hell of a personality. He just had a dark past, but he was still one of my favorite action fighters. Especially of the '90s. His wars with Paulie Ayala, Danny Romero. Even Marco Antonio Barrera, even though he lost, I think he was small. Absolutely. Johnny Tappy, he was a high-strung fella, wasn't he? You remember seeing him in between rounds. He used to breathe all heavy, breathe deep in those long. Albuquerque, I love you. I love you, Albuquerque. Yeah, man, that was my boy right there. Yeah, he had a lot of energy, brother. He had a lot of energy. Shout out, God bless the dead, Johnny Tapia, bro. What happened to him? Did he have a heart attack? What was the deal with Johnny? I can't remember how he passed. Stephen McKenna, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Overdose, damn. Yeah, he went out. Yes. Yeah, he did go OD. Yeah, he couldn't leave that shit alone. A lot of people, got caught on that. Well, good morning. It's 4 a.m. in the UK. I thought it was something like that, 4 or 5. But Johnny Tapia, man, he was a great fighter. Mi vida loca, mi vida loca. He had a big heart. He's getting a lot of trouble too. I think on YouTube, Johnny Tapia, they had a documentary about him. It was pretty good. Yeah, real sad though. Him and Edmund Valero, those guys, those guys went out, in some kind of tragic ways. Oh yeah, you seen it? Yeah, it was good. It was good, man. Shit, that kind of makes me want to see that type of stuff right now, honestly. So what do you guys think about Canelo Alvarez? He went from PBC, rumored with PBC, then back to the zone, and went from Caleb Plant to Callum Smith. What do you guys rate? Where do you guys rate Caleb to Callum? Who do you think is a better opponent for Canelo out of Smith or Plant? He just wanted to get rid of Oscar. Yeah. No disrespect to Oscar De La Hoya, but I hope he's sober. I hope he's clean, because he had a problem with that shit too. He really did. So, Well, I mean, he did exactly that. He wanted to get rid of Oscar, and he did it. Oscar, I think Oscar was when he did that deal, he was so eager to get it done. I would still rather prefer to see Triple G3. Yeah, but you got someone that's 31 years old fighting someone that's 38. I don't know how. Honestly, I don't really know how good that would be now. Because, Triple G ain't been in the ring for a while, has he? The last person he fought was Steve. No, it was Luis. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Coming from the 305. You down in the crib. I lived there a couple years when I was like 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, I lived in Little Havana, La Pequeña Havana, and Opalaca. Thunders Productions. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. How about a rematch with Amir Khan? Yeah, that would suck cock. He'd hit Amir Khan again, and this time he'd kill him. He would kill him. American Patriot 1776. What's up, man? Everything's good. Everything's good. Just trying to shit. I guess stay safe, but it's like staying safe is getting fucking boring. You know what I mean? It's like you want to stay safe, but like even when you go somewhere now, dude, you know what I mean? You don't even know what people look like. You see them from here. That's all you see. And you're like, well, damn. You smile, motherfucker don't know you smile. They see you. They see the mask go up like this. Lewis, what up with Wilder? I don't know, man. Wilder, shit. Wilder's wanting a fight. I mean, he's either wanting a fight or a lawsuit or both. Or maybe he should just make up his mind. Shit, I don't know. Because I just think it's real odd, like the actions. You spill the beans about a person that you think that was cheating you, and you want to fight that person. But then you find out, because what I'm gathering from Wilder, he wants to fight, and then hopefully I think he was trying to build the fight by just eventually like, look, let me come out and tell everybody. So maybe that was to be the way to kind of lure Tyson Fury back in, and you know what I mean, like call his bluff, like, yo, if you didn't cheat me, you wouldn't have no problems fighting me again. That type of shit. But then Tyson took it a whole different way. And you got to really understand both sides. Like if you're Tyson Fury and you didn't even hear and you never heard Wilder say, hey, I think you cheated me, he's not going to really, you're not going to know that until someone says that. So, he said that about Tyson Fury, and he's came out and said that, and then all this was new to Fury. So it's really Fury reacting on what he heard him say. So the only thing Fury's doing now at this point is now saying, well, I think something's fucking wrong with him. Something he ain't right in the head. I don't think he took the loss well. I question his mental state because I have mental illness. So it sounds like some shit that someone that's kind of mental would do, but I just think Wilder's problem is he spilt the beans too early. Davey L, what's up, brother? Counterpunch. Oh, fuck. But Biden's corona advisor says lockdown's coming. Yeah, that would suck. Because if that's the case, they're going to lock our production down. And I already had to quarantine, so I can't go back to work until the 20th. So if they shut us down, we'll just shut the fuck down and nobody will be doing anything for any reason. So, but like my take on corona is I think the people that should be quarantined are older people or people with conditions. Everybody else should be out here in this shit. I mean, you should have an option to wear a mask or not. But I think the more people catch it, the better the society will become, because if you stay inside, you know what happens to your body if you stay inside a fucking week? The moment you go outside, whenever you've been after being inside a week, you're going to get fucking sick because your body is not going to be accustomed. You're going to get familiar with your own germs. And if no one comes in and out of your house, you're not going to have any fucking thing for your body to acclimate to, except you. Then when you come outside, you might get fucking sick. It's just like having a children that always stayed inside. Like I used to play and shit, go out when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Either I was in the country or in Miami or Kansas City or Louisiana, wherever I grew up, I was always out doing shit. So it was like, hey, okay, I wasn't sick. I might have got sick one time a year, maybe, right? So I really don't get I don't know. I think the more people go out and expose themselves, the more your body will adjust. I don't know. That's just my take on it. National lockdown. Damn. But anyway, you can still make loud noise if he can knock Ruiz and White and will be considered easily the top three, and there is no way he can't get Joshua and Fury if Fury don't give him a rematch clause. Well, this is what Wilder should do. You're right about that. Good counterpunch. Wilder should just now focus on the rest of his career. And I don't see what it is about Tyson Fury. I know he wants his belt back, but here's the thing. What was his appeal to fight him the second time rather than fight Joshua? You see what I'm saying? Like that really makes me scratch my head, because he had that deal. Besides that deal, he had other deals. So it ain't like that's the only deal Wilder had, But I'll say this, Wilder is like the talk of the fucking boxing world right now. You can love him, you can hate him, but at the end of the day, it's hot news. People wants to hear more shit. Now he's vocal. Now I'm thinking these are damn kittens, but they're actually, raccoons with their kittens. It's like a whole fucking, it's like 5 of them. Huh. Anyway, I think he spent too much time with Tyson anyway. And I think if he's not aware of what's going on with his career, it can come up from under him. Wilder deserves his day in court. Yeah, well, according to sources, he's going to court. So I don't know if that's in secret or whatever, but I don't know, man. That's what was told to me. So LaRon 9817. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Kaki no not now. Kaki now. How old do you think Luis Ortiz is? Do you believe he's 41? I don't believe he's 51. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe he's 51. Uh he may be 45. You know what I'm saying? He might be 45. You know. But if based on the standards of if black don't crack, he's old as fuck. So he might be 51. You know what I'm saying? You know? King Twarney. The fight is Wilder's biggest money fight that he get. Wilder fucked up when he didn't take the 120 mil. Well, we all know that. That's just, you know, that's common knowledge now. And he let the cat out of the bag a week and a half ago now. So I mean that's his fault. Melanated Blancos. Okay. Melanated Blancos. Here in Malaysia, they have started lockdown again. The restrictions are too much. Cases are increasing. Yeah. But in Malaysia, see, here's the thing. I don't think it's the same shit everywhere. I don't think it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like it's people that's getting sick, you know, and you hear about it, this, that, and the other, but I don't think it's bad as people think. I don't want to come off a conspiracist, but some shit sometimes people will give you a bunch of bullshit, you know. Will Kell Brook beat pound for pound if it beats Crawford? He should be. Should he beat Crawford? You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like when Ruiz beat Joshua, he took Joshua's spot. It don't move him up, it just till he bumps him off. And saying he was drugged, that's baseless. I really think he is weak in the mind, and the occasion was too much for Wilder, maybe making him feel like he was drugged. You know, man, that shit's like it's almost like a broken record. You know, I mean, the guy knows that, especially with the drugged water, because that was supposed to have been the other reason he let go of Mark Breland. And like I told you guys, man, if he couldn't prove that shit, he should have never said that about Mark. He should have gave Mark the benefit of the doubt. But if you listen to what he said, he said, I believe Mark Breland spiked my water. He didn't say he did it. So that'll probably be his way of trying to get out of that if Mark ever decides to go after him, which I doubt Mark will do. I don't think Mark will do it. I think Mark's more hurt than anything else because, you know, the guy's been a professional. He's been a golden Olympic, amateur, golden gloves, all that shit. And then he decided to attempt to train and teach this tall, strong fighter or man how to box, which he got carried away with his own power. You know, and if you, I think this is what it was. I think Mark Breland wasn't a yes man. I think he wasn't a yes man. Smart guy. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. And for that reason, he had to go. You know, and if you're used to people kissing your ass, and then you got that one guy that's telling you something unlike everybody else, you're going to get rid of that motherfucker, aren't you? You know what I mean? Because he's not saying he's not on the team. Because it's going to seem like he's a hater. Like I couldn't be on Wilder's team because I would be the one that'll tell him something that he didn't want to hear because it's different than what everybody else is saying. You know what I'm saying? I would be that guy he kicks out. I would be another fucking Ludabella. That's what I'd be. And now we know Ludabella. Now, I would love to get a hold of Ludabella now. You know what I'm saying? And interview him. That would probably be my next person besides Dean White, because I'm going to have an interview with Dean White pretty soon. Probably going to be maybe Monday when I get that out, because this weekend's just going to be too busy. But stay tuned for that. That's going to be hot. But it's one of those things where, you know, I feel that when Ludabella was explaining it, then it wasn't no bad blood with Ludabella, but he was telling the truth. He was like, I promoted him, and everybody else had a fucking problem with it. Al Heyman, Shelly Finkel, they all had a problem with what I done. Like I did something wrong. Wilder said he wanted Joshua, so he got him to fucking Joshua. He got him to sit down with the president of fucking DAZN, the CEO of the DAZN in America, to make the fight happen. He got him there. He did what he's supposed to do, and then they act like he did something wrong. And that tells you that Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman, they didn't intend for that shit to happen, go down like that. They didn't want him fighting him at that time. They didn't want him. And then see, people think that that Deontay ducked Joshua. He did in a sense. His team told him to, advised him to. They persuaded him to. I think Wilder really wanted to fight. I just think Wilder was so full of everybody else telling him what is what. And he should have been thinking with his own mind. That's what I feel. You know, I never trusted this team. You don't never, a motherfucker better not call me a baby and I'm fucking 30 years old and 30 some knockouts and shit with 30 some knockouts with 30 some wins with 30 some knockouts. And you calling me a baby. Get the fuck out of here. I'll slap you across your bald head. You say some shit like that to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I heard about that too. The UK is having a national lockdown. Bright Aluzi. Good morning, Kurt from Nigeria. Bomb Squad. We still love Wilder though, despite all the BS. Bright Aluzi. Check this out, right? Wilder is, Wilder did the I think he's like 40% Nigerian. Yeah, I don't know if you know that. And Wilder needs real motherfuckers around him. You know what I mean? That like a lot of people think again, oh, you a hater, you a coon. I ain't a fucking coon. I ain't no fucking hater either. I just know what's best for that man because the shit that they're doing and the shit that they have the way they've guided his career is fucking bullshit. I think it's all bullshit. He should have fought Joshua twice by now. Win, lose, or fucking draw. He should have fought him twice by now. They would have both been rolling, would have been talking about the fight. Then they fight somebody like Fury. Fury is a thief. He is a thief. Wilder's right. Fury's a fucking thief. You know how he's a thief? He stole the fucking position that Deontay Wilder's supposed to have. Counterpunch. He has no real friends, just yes men. That's it. Smart guy, that's it. He don't. He have everybody. And I hear all these talk, well, I always want positive people around me. Okay, it's nothing wrong. It's positive. Positive is critiquing you in the right way, in the real way. Oh, yeah. How far with the end SARS case? Hope they okay, Shah. I live in the diaspora, but good to see my countrymen on Kurt's platform. Big ups, Kurt. Hey, man, no problem. No problem. I got a decent following in Nigeria. So, that's why a lot of, they come here to see the Anthony Joshua coverage and stuff like that. And of course, Anthony Joshua represents his heritage, his roots from Nigeria, very much so. So, you know what I mean? And that's good. They always hear somebody do that. Do you think Wilder was getting excuse lessons from Trump? Dude, I don't know, Steven. Shit. They both butt hurt like a motherfucker. And they were hanging around each other. Go figure. Shit, who knows? Art Sampson, 4:30 in the morning in the UK. That's what's up. Heyman's loyalty is with Showtime and Fox. Finkel and Heyman will soon dump Wilder once they realize they can't make money with him because he has no ostracized from boxing community. Well, Jay Solo, he has an underground following, and his underground following are the YouTube channels. Like the LGBC will follow him. But here's the thing. Will that be enough to keep him relevant? Okay, slightly disagree, Kurt. He ducked Klitschko and then saw AJ destroy Klitschko in front of his eyes in Wembley. He wanted none of Anthony Joshua. JP, that's an interesting theory. Because, I mean, that motherfucker was there. And let me shine some light on you from that, JP. And everybody listening. The thing that got me about Wilder when he started talking about Joshua, I want Joshua, don't wait, make the date and shit like that. I think back when you want to fight a person, you're going to tell a person to their face. You're not going to do some shit, because he could have done that night. He was still the WBC champion, and nobody was even talking about him. They were trying to get the Fury fight going, and Fury wasn't even in the picture yet. This was 2017. Fury didn't come back until over a year later, like a year and 3 or 4 months later, he got up. I guess he was trying to train or whatever and get back into things, but he was in the UK then. He was commentating, and he was a pretty good damn commentator too. Wilder's vocal. He can speak. He's outspoken. Anybody like that can be a very good commentator if you speak your mind. And he did a good job. But the thing is, he said nothing to Joshua about that. The things that he did say to Joshua was, hey, man, I like it. It's lit over here. I like the energy. I got to get it like this back home. And when Joshua knocked out Klitschko, I call it the famous fist bump. Because when he seen Joshua, he gave Joshua a dap, and Joshua reached over and they dapped each other. That was a favorite fist bump. That was the last fucking time Joshua seen Wilder and Wilder seen Joshua. The last time. I don't know about the conversations because I heard they have conversations or whatever. But the last time he saw Joshua, and last time Joshua saw him was at Wembley. Okay, and I think it was in March or April, right? There you go. So it is what it is. Matt, is it Matt Sadil? Matt Sadil. I guess Lennox Lewis has taught him. He should learn how to move his head. He should. All for all, one for all plus ultra. Morning, Kurt. How's it going, man? It's going pretty good. I'm just hydrating, man. Just chilling. I got a little turkey meat, some Honey Crisp apples, and this fucking water. Got a couple, did I get into games? No, I just got a couple CDs and shit. He should learn how to fight on the inside. Yeah, he should, But I seen Wilder, though. I don't know how recent this was. He was on... He was on a medicine bag, and he was throwing uppercuts, and it looked decent because it looks like he was stepping around, going uppercuts. But again, I don't know when that was. So I don't know if that was recent. I don't know, because how like a lot of magazines, if they ain't seen no one for a while, they'll regurgitate the same shit. So you don't really know if it was Sports Bible and they got some footage, they'll just use that footage and then post it as today's news, but it ain't really today's news. Is some shit that happened 2 years ago. So Fury stole Wilder's soul. Damn, I hope not. That's a hell of a thing to steal from a person, Jay Solo. JP, I agree. It could have happened because I think this is what I will agree with the Joshua Wilder thing. I think when Shelly Finkel, because Shelly Finkel was in that ring too with Joshua and Klitschko. And I think what happened, I think Shelly Finkel seen that fight with Klitschko and Joshua. And I think that made him skeptical. I think that made him like, what? I don't think we want this fight right now. Because as you can remember, the negotiations between Joshua and Wilder started late 17. After Wilder said he was ready. You know what I mean? And, Joshua was like, Wilder, let's go, baby. Let's go. Star Power and Entertainment. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I agree. Wilder needs to get rid of Finkel and Diaz. His new name is Diaz now. Okay? Dean Bradford. His name is Diaz. Unfortunately, he got rid of the one who did care about him. Really, yeah, he did it. He did shit backwards. You should get rid of Shelly Finkel, Fecal, Shelly Fecal, and J.D. Ass. That's what he needs to do. Get rid of both of the motherfuckers. They ain't did him no good. They ain't did Shelly Fecal has did nothing but hold him back. Pacify him like a fucking baby. You ain't your baby, bitch. Wait a minute, let me answer this, Deontay. Shut up. I'll deal with this. And Deontay was like, motherfucker. No, there we go again. Fury stole his soul. Star power and entertainment. Hello and salute. Counterpunch to you. Crawford versus Brook prediction. Crawford in round 8. If it goes past that, I will be absolutely surprised. I'll be surprised. Big Red. Hello from Scotland. Fury would beat Ali. 19 stones versus 15 stones, and both men shift as quick. Ta-da. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Because which Ali are we talking about? Are we talking about those Ali in the 70s or that quick-ass Ali in the 60s? Cassius Clay, no, he's just too quick. Even though, Fury's quick. He's quick for a big man. But is he quicker than that smaller man? You ever in the UK? Smart guy, supposed to win this June, and I didn't go. I was gonna do an American Invasion. Will Fury and Joshua fight next year? I think so. I think they will, unless Pulev knocks out Joshua or something, he fucks around and loses. And if that happens, you'll be like, whoa, what the fuck? Do we have an update on the excuse list yet? Well, they just made a fucking another one last night. Vinny Pazienza comes out, and says, well, I think he was on HGH. And I'm like, okay. And look, and like I said, at this point, I did the video. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. If I'm Fury, I would get sick of this shit. I would get sick of people talking shit. I would sue Vinny Pazienza. I would sue fucking Deontay Wilder. I would sue the little fucking broke ass sparring partner. I would sue him too. Who else? Who else could he sue? Should he sue? I mean, I would sue those motherfuckers. I would sue them. Purism. I don't know. It's a good question, but it's coming soon though. Yeah, that's true. Philip Carl Roberts. He says the LDBC don't know what H2O is. They think it's some kind of muscle relaxant. Obviously so. I don't know what's wrong with them, man. I think it's like this. I think they're full of shit. Some of them. A lot of those channels are full of shit. About 95% of all those channels are full of shit. And let me explain why. You want Wilder. See, Wilder wants his rematch. That's what he claims. That's what he says he wants. But then you're like, okay, well, if you want that, why is the LDBC every other video on their channels talk about how guilty, how dirty, how wrong and unjust and dirty, again, dirtier Fury is? Because it seems like to me they're just trying to make a case to keep him out of the ring with Tyson Fury. They're trying to build so much shit against him to the point where, we don't want that to happen anyway. We don't want that, like, oh, the investigation. I think it's wishful thinking. So you really have to ask yourself, are they really for Wilder or they don't? They would rather him not fight Fury so they can continue making shit videos about what they feel Tyson Fury did without proof, which all that stuff in reality has to go to court. So, let that be that. But saying, oh, well, you're bringing up Martin Carefoot again because Vinny Pazienza, and that motherfucker was all juiced up too, let's be real. You know what I mean? He was juiced up like a fucking WWF wrestler and shit. So if he knows, well, maybe he knows. It's almost like this. You guys remember when Jarrell Miller got busted? Remember when Jarrell Miller got busted? And it was like Jarrell Miller, one of the last things he said was, Anthony Joshua, get the fuck out of here. You fucking cheating. You fucking juicing. Ain't no fucking way somebody go get paid. I know. See, he probably heard in his circle of dirty shit that he was already involved in what another motherfucker was doing. But that don't mean it's true. That don't mean it's necessarily false, though. If you're a crackhead and you smoke crack and then you hear a dope guy say, hey man, Charlie, we seen Charlie Sheen around the corner. For real? You seen Charlie Sheen? Right? And then you could take that for that value, like, oh yeah, I heard somebody say that Charlie Sheen was smoking crack or buying coke or whatever, right? But you're in that circle, So as far as Vinny Pazienza probably knew of Tyson Fury cheating and such, but that doesn't mean he was cheating in. But here's the thing. I think if I'm Tyson Fury, I would be annoying because then now, he's talking about what Wilder's doing and what Wilder's saying. Definition of credibility. I know, right? Wilder gets his drugs from Charlie Sheen. First, Wilder made it about white versus black. Kurt, remember 400 years, then Glovegate, now spiked water. Gate, now court. Sounds like Trump spiked Deontay Wilder. Well, you know what? That was before the fight. He built the fight on race, and he shouldn't have done that shit. And he got beat up. That was really embarrassing, by the way, because he said he's gonna make Tyson Fury a African American trivia question. Shit made us look fucking bad at that time. Like, damn. Now I'm sitting there on my 65-inch screen and shit, and it was like, man, what the fuck is this? I'm looking at Wilder getting slapped around the fucking ring, and I'm like, damn, what's wrong with this guy? He getting fucked up. And then see the way his legs were looking, I already knew it was over with. I already knew the shit was like, because it looked like, damn, Wilder going out. When he got dropped, even though I looked at that right punch, that punch hit him in a fucked up part of his head. And I think that's what really did it. You know what I'm saying? I think that did more of it. I mean, you could get hit in a place and come on, it's your head. You get hit up top. He just shouldn't have been talking shit about somebody that said he couldn't claim that he couldn't punch. Because that makes you look dumb as fuck. You say, man, you can't punch. I walk through your shit, and he's slapping you all around the ring and dropping you and all that. So it don't, busted eardrum. There you go. There you go, Ronnie. You know what I mean? And that shit'll fuck you up too. Matter of fact, last year I would get up sometimes and kind of feel dizzy. Well, come to find out, it was something wrong with my fucking ear. I had an infection in my ear. I went to the doctor and they cleaned the shit out, and I ain't had it since. I thought something was I thought I had vertigo and shit. I guess that's what they call vertigo when you get dizzy when you get up or whatever. But yeah, Steve McGinn, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I didn't want to stop the fight, but then yet it was shit in the gloves. And, that shit's really tiring, though. That's some tiring shit, but, I just don't understand why he would come out and say some shit now, and then just went against everything, you know. And the only thing that you really can think about in that point is he came out because he knew that Tyson Fury was not going to give him that shot. He knew that that fight was not going to be made. That's why I think it was almost like flipping somebody off. You know what I'm saying? You're like, fuck you then. And then, because you already know that what you wanted from that person, you're not going to be able to receive, you know? And I'll tell you the problem with Deontay Wilder right now. Deontay Wilder, he didn't speak it. So he didn't believe it. So he didn't receive it. He didn't say anything. And what that slogan meant to me, what I think it meant to him was he speaks things he speaks things into existence, and he believes what he just spoke. And because he believed what he just spoke, he's going to receive what he just spoke because he believed it. He spoke it into existence, right? And a lot of people call out in the universe or whatever, but he spoke it into existence. He believed what he said. So then, boom, he executed and received it. But he didn't say anything. And I think the silence went against his formula of life, to get really deep into it. Because one thing about Wilder, I feel Wilder really believed, he really 100% believed in his power. Not really in his ability, but his confidence was there. He was like, I don't know, I'm gonna find a way. Look at those fights he was in. Look at the Ortiz fight. I mean, he didn't get beat up hella bad, but he got outboxed 7 rounds, like damn near all 7 rounds. And he found a way to land the right hand and shut the fight down. And if I'm any trainer, I'm pissed at that point. I'm like, yo, somebody gonna fuck this dude up because he's not doing anything to show us that he's improved. He's just hitting someone with one punch and knocking them out. That ain't showing you improved. That's just showing you know how to do one fucking thing. But anyway, I still cringe when I see the Hopkins Kawasaki segment, even though I am Welsh. Racism should not be used as a. Yeah, you're right. Tyson and Wolverine claws in his gloves. He might have had that shit though. Because he scratched chunks of flesh out of his ear. Gotta go big ups. Heard another meme, mother cheers. That's it, brother. It's funny because the few views you're getting here, your channel from these low IQ trolls are because of you talking about Deontay Wilder. Yeah, it's a trip. I was on Blue Blood Sports TV he had a live cast last night, and I caught it, and I was asking Blue Blood like, yo, what, like, why don't Tyson just fight Deontay Wilder in the UK? And then we wasn't a back and forth. It wasn't an argument. And what people don't understand is a lot of times people think I don't agree with a lot of shit that some people say. You don't disagree with everything, like you're not going to agree with everything. And the thing is, he has like I think moderators, and somebody just kicked me out just because I'm like, what the fuck you do that for? I was talking to him. If you have somebody in control of your own channel that you're actually trying to, but I think it's more like this is the problem with like YouTube. You have to pick sides, and you have to pick it sternly, because if you don't, people are not going to, you're like, okay, you're not on this side or you're not on the other side. If you're straight up the middle, people really don't like you as much. They're going to you're either for us or against us, pretty much. Can you believe the WBC or Vegas Boxing Commission ain't getting involved in Wilder's ridiculous claims? No, I mean, yeah, I can believe that. Keep up the good work. Bree Powered. Appreciate you, brother. Kind of punch to you. Ricky Torre. LWC mentioned before. First fight, the long count, but nothing on Luis Ortiz. 20-second delay. Also, no mention on Deontay admitted he could made more money with Joshua. No, they ain't gonna talk about that shit. I mean, a lot of things they don't talk about on them channels. You know, talk about it all. That's the thing. Mention all of it. And that's, see, I will cover something despite who gives a shit about it. I mean, it's to cover. If it's a source, you cover the source. I counterpunch the source. Sometimes the sources end up not being true. It's a rumor, so people, um, you can only report the news that becomes available. That's it. You can't disagree with people and have an opinion, or they silence you. Yeah, they do. That's it. Kurt, let's be fair though. Tyson ESPN deal was sketchy. Fighting Otto Wallin and tomato cans for 3 fights at $15 to $20 million a piece. Hey man, I can't argue with you. And then shit, that sounds like some Al Heyman shit to me. But you can't call it Al Heyman because this is an ESPN show. I mean, Tyson Fury wasn't. And then you have to think Otto Wallin, Tom Schwartz, and the motherfucker was on WWE and made 15 million off that. So, you know, Ozzy Ock Schmidt. I don't know. I don't know what happened to that era. That era is gone. Buddy Gunner, what's up, brother? Kind of punch to you. Perfected chaos. Yeah, just report the news, not twist the news to the gullible who don't know do their own research. Perfected chaos. I think when you hear people say, "Hey, we control the narratives," what the fuck does that mean? We control the narratives. That means you can make shit up as you go. Couldn't be me. Mm-mm. Nope. Can't respect nothing like that. Counterpunch Realist Boxing channel on YouTube. Always keep it 100. Rodney War Eagle Yarbrough. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. AJ can't have super fight now. Why not? Why can't he have a super fight now? Of course he can. They may have got involved if Wilder had spoke up months ago when there may. Yeah, that shit's blasting. This show best on for unboxing, news unboxing, Max unboxing, Kurt unboxing. There you go, man. Appreciate you, brother. Absolutely, he can't. They'll fight. Barry Wilson, that's what you're a part of, false narratives. Barry, how so? How the fuck am I a part of false narratives? I mean, that's what I want to know. You've been talking shit for a while, and then you come on here talking a bunch of shit. Can you explain how many super fight are there for AJ Wilder and Fury? Well, I mean, I know for AJ and Fury, I'm not sure about Wilder. You know, Slotello presents. Andy did an interview and said he didn't do bad in the AJ rematch for being overweight. I hate that mindset and bad excuse. He lost. Control the narrative is said by the people who control the money flow. I like to do my own research, hear both sides to every story, and make my own judgment on situation. That's what you're supposed to do, man. Ricky Torre, just great news you report. I wish to see big fight, drink Heineken, Ryan versus Tank. Plus, when Deontay Wilder had the chance, should have fought Joshua. Well, that's the type of shit that goes on. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't, whatever. That's the issue with Kurt versus the LDBC channels. We just believe in different shit, I guess. I mean, I don't really think it's not all the channels, because I mean, I don't really know all of them, for one. But I think that we started bumping heads about a couple years ago, and when those channels would say certain things, especially with the Joshua and Wilder shit, that's when we really started bumping heads, because we heard both things and both sides, and basically is pretty much people took a side. Whatever you wanted to believe, like if you believed Wilder, you rolled with Wilder. If you believed Joshua, you rolled with Joshua. Well, it was key things that just didn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like you say, truth versus bullshit, Ozzy. That's exactly what it is. Spare thought my fellow Brit going against Terrence Bud Crawford. Yeah. He has a fight on his hands. What happened to Barry Wilson? He, it's an LDBC guy. LDBC channels are just pushing narratives. Anyone trying to expose the truth on that channel is muted. Yeah, they get muted. I mean, they don't want to hear, well, what about this way? Or what about that way? They don't want to hear that. Basically, it's like being a preacher and then someone coming to your church and saying something that you've been preaching to your flock. They don't want to hear that. But it just shows that the flock of people that are fucking stupid. They're dumb as fuck. And then, like I explained to my father today, it's like Bunny Gunner. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. What it is people already are compromised. See, if you got an idea in your head that, like this is the best analogy that I could give you. Whenever you think of a particular race of people as superior over anybody, so that means, why the fuck are you even watching it? So if you've seen a fight between two good guys and one black, well, I'm gonna go with the black guy. Okay. All right, you're gonna go with the black guy. But if you already think, well, the black guy's better just because he is black, well, that's what it is. You shouldn't even be watching the shit. You shouldn't, it's like, okay, well, and even if you're watching it, you're not even going to even look at the other person. You're just going to see, okay, well, I see that guy did this, because you're already biased, if you understand. And let's say David Duke. I don't know if David Duke is worldwide. David Duke is a fucking ex-Klan member. Okay, he's an ex-Klan member and did all types of fucked up shit. He's from New Orleans. And in his mind, he thinks that white people are better than black people. White people are smarter than black people. He thinks that, and then that's the shit that he preaches. And the people that follow him are people that fucking believe that already. You understand what I'm saying? So if you believe that already, you know what I mean? I think what it is, you're not even going to have a true, honest perception of whoever is good or not. So got people over there. I don't want the motherfuckers over here because obviously I don't want a bunch of fucking fucking Farrakhan's over here, David Duke's over here. I don't want that. I want somebody free and critical thinkers. I want somebody that can think for themselves and just thinks this is a boxing channel and keep it boxing. Not about, oh shit, hey, this was a racist move. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and ignore certain shit that I feel that a person's discriminated against. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm not gonna fall into the other bullshit either. Because that's when shit gets fucked up. No, it's not. I didn't lose the volume. It's just this car got out, and I don't know whatever fucking reason they're leaving this shit on like they can't hear it. So either they're fucking dumb or they're deaf or they're both. But they let this shit going on. That's why I muted it. I don't think you guys want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because no one's coming out. Like, I'm at a convenience store. I mean, I guess somebody's, um, I don't know what the fuck that is. At the end of the day, Wilder got beat for the first time. He cherry picked gone wrong. Ozzy, I believe that shit. They were trying to hype that fight up with Fury, and everybody thought Fury was going to lose. You know why? Because everybody knew that was a fucking cherry pick. It was a cherry pick. Tyson Fury came out of nowhere. I'll beat you. It's like he left the salon and shit. He left the bar. I'll beat you, you big dulcer. You know what I mean? Oh, D-Town Blaster. What are we speaking on tonight? Man, we're speaking on anything, everything. You know what I mean? I just left Walmart and shit. You know what I mean? Okay, now you come out and fucking, get your car, buddy. That shit's annoying as fuck. Anyway, Rodney War Eagle. Yeah, man. You gotta speak the truth, man. You know what I mean? You don't, like a boxing channel, it shouldn't be that deep. Now, if it went down to, let's say, favoritism, for example. Favoritism would be Roy Jones Jr. or Floyd Mayweather Jr. losing the fucking gold Olympian to Korea. That type of shit. Now, we can speak of that because we know that's favoritism, because we know there's no fucking way that Roy Jones Jr. lost. There's no fucking way that Roy Jones Jr. lost in the Olympics. You know what I mean? That was a robbery, and it was due to where the fuck they were at. You know what I mean? Those type of things. Not, oh, well, because he's a black dude, he's going to beat the Asian dude anyway. No, that's some other shit. That has nothing to do with boxing. That's some young Pharaoh shit. The motherfucker should go there if they like that type of stuff anyway. And they're not boxing fans. Like young Pharaoh is not a boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? Roy Boito. LDBC and Dante got beef. How so? I didn't hear that. Hit the like button and I didn't get a notification. Thanks. Man, I don't know what's up, D-Town Blast. Dude, I do not know what the fuck's up with the notifications. And it just shows you they don't do their jobs. Yeah, Buddy Gunner. The Asian guy wanted to give it to the medal. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's, I don't see what they were looking at. Do you think Fury needed the 10 count after the second knockdown from the first fight? That's a good question. I don't really know, but I can tell you this. This is what you ask yourself. How good did Tyson Fury do when he got knocked down? That's what you ask yourself. Now, had he stumbled around the ring and Wilder would have finished him off, okay, well, he really didn't need it because Wilder was going to get him anyway. Okay? He was going to fuck him up. He was going to finish him off. But that didn't happen. When he dropped Fury and hit him with that right, followed with that left hand, that left hook, Wilder went down and he was thinking about where the fuck he was at. But whatever reason, he got up. And he got up and he did a good fucking job. So, yeah, the 10 count was needed. Oh, man, Gentleman's Game. What's up, brother? Yeah, YouTube is broken. They just need to hire more people. You know. Ike Barabucci versus Lennox Lewis. How does that end? I think Ike Barabucci will knock Lennox Lewis out. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just think that it would be a war for as long as it lasts. Unless somebody gets cut, unless something happens like that. I see Ike Barabucci knocking Lennox Lewis out. Because, see, one thing about Ike showed he had a chin, too. Lennox Lewis' chin was, you know what I'm saying? The two losses he has on his record, Oliver McCall and Hasim Rahman, both knockouts. Now, he avenged both. He did, but he was knocked the fuck out cold. He was knocked out. Bow! You know, and he was rocked to the point where, you know, I remember both knockdowns and knockouts, and he didn't beat the count. So it was a knockout. So it wasn't knocked out cold, but, you know, they would have fucked him up had he been continued. So he has a kind of, you know, he's a heavyweight, though. But you can say the same shit about Joshua. Brittany Devine, no, they don't, because I missed mine, too. Yeah, see. I'm just on here. I've been on here an hour. Ike by KO, absolutely. What happened to your beard? I just cut it off. I got tired of looking at it. You know, I heard it made my face look fat, so I chopped the shit off. I'm like, fuck that. So I chopped it off. What lightweight fight would you most hype for next year? Tank Davis versus any fucking top fighter. Any fucking top fighter. See where he's at. Who's that Ike guy, buddy? Man, look up Ike Barabucci. Ike Barabucci was a fighter that fought in the late 90s through the early 2000s. He was 20-0 with 15 KOs. He knocked out, he was the first guy to beat David Tua, which David Tua was regarded as the little Samoan Tyson at the time. And he went 12 rounds with Tua. And they earned a record-breaking fight. They threw more punches in that fight than any other 12-round fight. I think Juicy Miller and shit broke it with one of his fights, but I could be wrong. And he knocked out Chris Bird, and he was the first one to do that. So he was getting these guys out of there, knocking them out. I would wanted to see Clifford the Black Rhino ATM versus Ike Barabucci. That would have been a fucking war. I think Ike would have got him, though. Ozzy, hey, you got the same beard. That's what's up, brother. Stand toe to toe with Tua. That was such a crazy fight. He did. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why I pick him to beat Lennox Lewis, because Lennox Lewis, he could take some punches, but I think it's those straight rights would get Lennox each time. He gets belted by those straight rights. And somebody like Tua, he was taking Tua's punches, and then he was giving it back just as strong. He reminded me of Bison, the mutant from X-Men. You know, he could take the power in and then shoot it back out at him. Yeah, he was like that guy. You know. Ike Barabucci pronunciation is funny. I know you are not Nigerian. Good try. Ike Barabucci. I think that's what it is. That's what they called it. You know, I might be saying it wrong this whole fucking time. I mean, do you think Charlie Burley would do well against today's boxers? I'm not sure. I don't know who that is. AJ versus Jarrell, U.S. press conference. IFL TV was recorded it next to Jarrell's sister. And when AJ said he's going to knock Jarrell out, Jarrell's sister said, that's not even believable. Okay. I can see a motivated Wilder being unstoppable. You know what, Ronnie? That's funny. But will we ever see that? Will we ever see I hope so, man. I want Wilder. You know, I want Wilder to reinvent himself. You know what I mean? I want him to reinvent himself. That's why I thought he was staying quiet. I thought he was really working on something. You know, like Joshua said, a master plan, right? I thought he was working on a master plan. He gave the crackhead an opportunity after Tyson. Disagree, Kurt. Lewis beats them all. I don't know. I don't know. Lennox is a bad motherfucker, and I didn't like Lennox Lewis. I'm gonna be the one to tell you, when he beat Mike Tyson, that hurt my soul. I did not like that shit. Did not like that shit at all. Lennox Lewis was good last undisputed champion. Yeah. Tank versus Lopez. Hell yeah. That's the fight to see. That's the fight to make. Lopez and Tank. That's the fight I really always wanted to see. I think Garcia and Haney would be a better matchup, and then I think Teofimo and Tank would be better, because those are the firepower guys. Ooh, even Mike Tyson said that he thought Ike Barabucci would give him trouble. Hey, and that's Mike Tyson. And then Mike Tyson was shorter. So, and see, he had all the weapons. He had all the tools. He could box. He had a great style. You guys look up Ike Barabucci. Look up Ike Barabucci versus David Tua. That fight that's the shit you'll remember. And then watch Chris Bird and Ike Barabucci. That's some shit to watch right there. Wilder never listened to his trainer, so nah, he won't evolve. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I hope so, but who says it? Ex-Con, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I would love to see Wilder train properly and come back. He could be really great. You know, that's the type of shit you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brittany Devine. That's what you want to hear. You know what I mean? That's positivity. That's real positive shit. You know? Train properly and come back. He could really be great. Not that shit like, oh man, you the champ, you already good. No, the fuck you ain't. You got power, but you need to work on everything else. That's real shit right there. Like, hey, I hope he can train properly and do what he's supposed to do. I was a fan of Lennox, Lewis, Tyson, Roy Jones. Okay. You heard of Black Murders Row boxing history? I have not. I'm from Alabama and I always supported Wilder no matter what. But Wilder and the LDBC is turning me against the hometown boy, Rodney War Eagle. I mean, hey, you know, they want to turn it into something else. You know? Amir Khan, Ronnie Fraud. Amir Khan. Wilder did reinvent himself. That's the trouble. He used to talk sense. Now he is just going to be known as the disabled liar excuse maker. I like to see T.O. and Tank, but T.O. can't truly claim undisputed until he fights Haney. People are arguing about that stuff. Now, there's another belt floating around. Let's see. Buddy Gunner. Yeah, they were friends. They sure were. Luminous turd. I heard he wants Andy Ruiz, if not Wilder. You mean if not Tyson? Yeah, he did. That's what he said anyway. Wilder used to be popular in the UK until he started to roll with these LDBC. Well, they made the divide. So this is how the crackhead repays Deontay Wilder. This is how the crackhead repays Deontay Wilder. Fuck out of it. Who is the crackhead? You sound like Tank Davis on Twitter. Talk a lot of shit about certain people, don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Bill Cosby versus Richard Pryor, 12 rounds, who wins? I give it to Bill. You know Bill's blind, but I think he'd fuck Richard Pryor up. He calling Fury a crackhead. Okay. Ah, well, fuck. I mean, he didn't have to fight him. He knew he was a crackhead, knew he was on drugs, he knew his ass was 400 pounds the year before that and all that. It was good on the resume. It was a cherry pick gone bad. That's all it was. Not now. I know you are an LDBC guy and all that shit, but at the end of the day, you gotta admit that they picked that fucking Tyson Fury fight, knowing Tyson Fury can't punch, right? You know he can't punch, right? So why the fuck did they pick somebody that they know that really didn't have anything to offer? The only thing they wanted from him, they wanted him to be another Luis Ortiz, a guy that was undefeated. So if you beat an undefeated guy and he's on the resume and you're the first one to do it, it looks better on the resume. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. That's all that fucking shit was. And they picked him because they knew, okay, he can't punch. This motherfucker probably ain't got but 4 or 5 rounds in him. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're the former unified champion, but fuck, like I said, former. So shit, yeah, they picked that, thinking that was gonna be an easy pick 'em fight. Chic, Chachi, what's up, brother? Counterpunch from you from Spain, España. ¿Qué lo que pasa contigo? Crazy, but Fury does have boxing skills and he's agile for a big guy. He does, but see, here's the thing. That was a low risk fight for Wilder. Do you understand what that means? Low risk. That shit was not a high risk. And why'd you give him a fucking opportunity anyhow? What, did he deserve the shit? No. You just gave it to him. Why did you give it to him? Come on now. You thought that was an easy pick'ems. Saludo para. Salute. Kurt, didn't Wilder say that's how you become great, becoming a 2 to 3 to 4-time champion? Am I right? That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. Yeah, he did say that. Wilder does change up. What style would be best? Like Thomas Hearns, like if he could, like if Wilder could box like Tommy Hearns, man, he would be fucking terrible. They would call that motherfucker Deontay the Terrible if he could fucking box and shit like Thomas Hearns. Because you'd always, dude, he gonna box your face off, and then you're worried about the right hand, but he's constantly sticking that jab in your face with that long reach. Pero no hay de que, chic, chachi. Salud para ti. Uzi, I ain't know you got Spanish. Oh, you oh, claro que sí. Wilder thought it was a low risk. He would have been yelling he beat the lineal to this day. He would have that first fight. He didn't claim it this year, but he would have that first fight. If he would have got Tyson Fury, he would have done it. And see, even if he would have knocked out Fury in that first fight, he probably would have still fought Fury again. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have still done it. Just because he was like, well, he went 12 rounds. I'm gonna give him another opportunity. I mean, shit, you fought Ortiz again. So, I mean, why would you fight? And you knocked Ortiz out. So why would you fight Tyson Fury again? And I think it was all a smokescreen, though, honestly, because it was him, I think, being instructed to stay the fuck away from Anthony Joshua. And then Anthony Joshua was supposed to have been that big surprise at the end of the rainbow, but it didn't happen that way. They weren't ready for that unless they wanted more money. That's why they were hollering and screaming a split, because they know there's no guarantee that he'll beat Joshua. Could he knock Joshua out? He could probably knock out anybody if he caught him. But the whole thing is, okay, let's put it this way. This is something I wanted to ask you guys, right? Okay. If Josh, because everybody always say, because this is what you hear. Oh man, if Wilder would have hit Joshua like Klitschko hit Joshua, he would have been out. You guys heard that, right? Can I get a yeah? Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a thumbs up? Do you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that when he did when you guys hear that? Did you hear that, Barry Wilson? Did you hear that? I know you heard that shit. When Joshua got clocked with that right hand in the 6th round, right? Wasn't that the narrative? Wasn't that the narrative? If Joshua got hit by Wilder, the motherfucker wouldn't have got up. All right? Okay. Now now look at this. In the worst fight Joshua was in, and that wasn't the worst fight. The worst fight he was in was the fight that he lost, right? The fight that he lost. But what did he do in that fight? He knocked a man that never been down before. So let's look at it this way. What if Joshua would have hit Wilder with the left hook? Think about it. Would it, and fucking Andy Ruiz has one hell of a chin. We all know that. That motherfucker got up swinging. He got up swinging. Fuck you, A. You know what I mean? So he got up swinging. But what if that was Wilder? Could Wilder take a left hook like that and get dropped to his ass? Would he have done the same thing Andy Ruiz would have done? Would he have taken that punch the same way? And that was on Joshua's worst night. You see what I'm saying? So think of that. That means that Joshua has the ability to hurt Wilder too. Okay? So that's why I called it like maybe it's like a 50-50. It was who can hit who with that punch to take their ass out first. Why is it irrelevant? AJ was scared of Wilder. That left Wilder no choice but to give this career cheat. Get the fuck out of here. Did you hear what the motherfucker just said? He had the opportunity to fight Joshua and get more money. Didn't you hear that shit? I mean, didn't you? Oh, it's irrelevant. Why is it irrelevant? But why is it fucking irrelevant? I just said, well, hey, if you put fucking Deontay Wilder in there and he takes the same punch Andy Ruiz did, how's that fucking irrelevant? How's that irrelevant? This guy is as delusional as Wilder. He is. He wants to believe that shit. Shit, okay, because, all right, look at it this way. Wilder got caught with a right hook by Ruiz and buckled him. And Ruiz started to fuck him up right in the 7th round of their first fight. All right, fair enough. If you think Ruiz, or should I say Ortiz, rather, Ortiz caught Deontay with that right hook, buckled Deontay. He didn't see that punch coming. He didn't see it. Now, you think Joshua hits him with that, he's going to take it that way? True, Kurt. He turned down the contract to fight Fury, even though AJ wanted to sit down with this motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? Everybody's seen that shit. And the day after that, oh, I'm righting my wrongs. I'm fighting Luis Ortiz and I'm fighting Tyson Fury. That's true. That's exactly what he did. Oh, that pregnant shit. I ain't gonna go there with that. I'm not going in there with that. Eddie Hearn was not going to let Glass Jaw Joshua into the ring with that right hand, especially with that so-called $1 billion deal on the table with the zone. So you're saying all those contracts were sent over with just smoke screens? That's what you're saying? Oh, like the $50 million 24-hour deal. Who the fuck sends a goddamn contract over for 24 hours and wants you to sign the shit? Really, it ain't even a contract. Who says, hey, say you'll do it in 24 hours? Man, you know what? That's some bullshit. Uh, is Wilder the most mismanaged boxer ever? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Milton, because there was a lot of people. Appreciate your super chat. There's a lot of people, bro, that were fucked over. I think the worst mismanaged one was Joe Louis, the brown bomber, not the bronze bomber. Shit, Deontay's good. He's making money. You know, let me explain how fucked up this was for Joe Louis. Joe Louis went to the military. He did the shit. You know, he did what, everybody else told him to do. You know what I'm saying? He did that. He only did exhibitions, though. He didn't really fight or nothing like that. And, but he was doing the exhibitions, and he actually regulated and made like the black soldiers watch it with the white soldiers equally, because at the beginning all the white soldiers were in the front watching the exhibitions, and black people had to sit in the back, like the cooks and the porters and shit like that, where he was like, look, you bring them up here too, I won't do these fucking exhibitions. This is fact. This is documented. And he also was the first black golfer. A lot of people don't know that shit about Joe Louis. But when Joe Louis left the military, okay, he ended up, they were charging him taxes as though he was still a boxer, which was fucked up. And mismanaged comes in at when he lost to Max Schmeling. He wanted to fight Max Schmeling, and he wanted the opportunity so bad. What he didn't know, the contract that he signed, it said that Max Schmeling gets 20% of his purse for the rest of his life. Real shit. So no, he ain't the worst. I can't say he's the worst at all. D-Town Blaster, counterpunch to you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. Absolutely. Joe Louis is a legend. See, a lot of people don't understand why the two fights were different. First fight, front-footed. Second fight, back-footed. Mic drop. Counterpunch. Boxing is the dirtiest sport. They need one international governing body. Absolutely. Much respect to you, brother. Keep up pushing the great content, Counterpunch. Angel Rosa, thank you very much. Joe Louis versus Tyson. Who wins? Ooh, got to go with Tyson on that, because Joe Louis wasn't a big heavyweight either. He wasn't a small, but he wasn't really. He's not like these big dudes of today. But then Joe Louis was an inside fighter. He has these small hook uppercuts that he could catch you on the inside. He had that short right hand too, and he can knock you the fuck out with it. So yeah, he was, he was hell. He was hell in his heyday. Kurt asked the Barry guy his thoughts on the $50 million offer. Oh, fuck. Yeah, $50 million offer. Yo, Kurt, you heard about that WBC boxing game? I heard about it. What's up with it? What console is it on? Because I'm still fucking playing Fight Night Champions, which is a great game. Great freaking game. Who will you see at the top of the heavies in 5 years' time? Daniel Dubois. Maybe Efe Ajagba if he still keeps fighting. Anthony Joshua will still be around, but I think he'll be trying to exit by that time. Where the hell is Shelly Finkel? Ricky Torre. I just did a video on that shit today. I actually did it last night. I just posted it today sometime. So check it out. But it's true. Like, where these motherfuckers at? The original brown bomber. There's only one. Crazy. There's only one. Deontay's the bronze bomber. He's not the brown bomber. There's two different meanings for, yeah, they're both from Alabama, but that's not what he's the bronze bomber for. He's the bronze bomber because he's a bronze Olympic medalist. Okay, so had to counterpunch you there, pimp. I'm done here. See you around, Kurt. Yeah, whatever, Barry. See you around. There's another one. Yeah, he'll come back watching. He'll watch. Shelly Finkel is in a spaceship somewhere. He is. You think a 36-year-old AJ won't still be at top 3? That's not old enough for heavyweights. Maybe. You know what I mean? He'll, like I said, he'll still be around. You know. But like some guys like Usyk and Dubois and Ajagba, see, he's gonna have to, like, Ajagba, I think is gonna be a problem. But I think money's gonna come. It's gonna be a big Nigerian fight. At some point, Anthony Joshua is going to fight in Nigeria. Close the door on your way out. I know, right? Don't let it hit you, motherfucker. Dubois will be took quick and powerful and too powerful for Joyce. Nah, Kirk Wilder spoiled the bronze so much. It's shit. Brown bomber counterpunch. Did you see Joe Louis versus Primo? I did. And Max Baer. I did. Why Wilder rather fight for less money and no belts? I don't know. I mean, he don't have a belt, so I guess he has no choice. Shit. JD ass as yes man for saying Mark threw in the towel too soon. Man, they knew that shit was wrong. You know what I mean? They you know, the dude was getting beat up. You know, and then they're just trying to save face because he didn't get fucking hurt. He didn't get hurt because Mark Breland kept him from getting hurt. He did his fucking job. You know, he does need to, yeah, he is plot. He's more like a little Frank Bruno, ain't he, Brittany? Daniel Dubois is. Dubois versus Usyk. You know, he called out Usyk. He said, you know, he wants to fight Usyk. You know what? Call me crazy, but I think Usyk would beat Dubois. I don't think his footwork's good enough. I don't think he could catch Usyk. And I think that he's a good puncher, but is he a devastating puncher? And can he hit Usyk with the type of punches he can to get him out? Because Usyk sees everything. And if you notice him fighting Chisora, he was more cautious because he is a heavyweight, because he knows what would be at stake if those motherfuckers landed those punches. So, no, if you do hit him, he's going to see it coming. You know, at least he can brace for impact. You know what I mean? I think Usyk would beat Dubois, especially now. Like, if he took that fight now and he does, like, if Usyk decides to take that step aside, buddy, and I got to do do a video about that, like what Barry did on Beyond the Gloves. You know, I got to counterpunch that later, but I think he would beat Dubois. If Dubois went for it, he would be defeated. Man, you know, I watched tonight. I watched Dubois versus Usyk. No, I'm sorry. Usyk versus Joe Joyce. He took Joe Joyce to school. He took him to school. He's too powerful. Yeah, a lot of people thought Teofimo was too powerful for Loma. He went 12 rounds. Well, Angel, I don't think everybody will be upset. Yeah, it's been a lot of upsets, but it's boxing. This year it's been fucked up. It has, but you know, I don't see Kell Brook doing that. Do you think boxing fans are the most neglected? True ones are. Yeah, I think true boxing fans are the most neglected. Usyk is just a big Loma. those angels would mess up Dubois. Those angles, yeah, yeah, angels. Here I go. Those angles would. They would. They like he hasn't been in there. And you look at Dubois' resume, and I don't want to shit on Dubois. He's a nice young fighter, but that's the point. He's a nice young fighter. Daniel Dubois got what 11, 12 first round knockouts. I mean, how much experience can you gather from knocking that many motherfuckers out? Okay, in that, you know what I mean, in that short stint, you don't have a lot of experience doing that type of shit. So then when you do find someone that's going to take you to the wire and bring you to deep waters, you might be in a situation that you're not familiar with. Kurt, would you have thrown in the towel? What would you say if Wilder kicked you out of the dressing room? I'd have told him to go fuck himself, and I'm going to pee in your water. No, you know what, though? I can't say, because I haven't been with Wilder 12 years. I haven't been with this guy. But then again, you know, Wilder has been in situations where he was getting beat up by Luis Ortiz. And if you did really want to argue for the other side and you wanted to look at it like this, you would say, Wilder could then say, now I want you guys to listen to me. Wilder could say, and probably what Wilder is probably thinking is, well, motherfucker, you let Ortiz hit me fucking 11, 12, 13 unanswered times. Wilder didn't fucking throw any punches back. He didn't throw any punches back at that time, right? And look, Ortiz was beating the shit out of him, right? He was getting him. He was really dragging him in. He was hitting him. And if they had more time, I don't know. But that's what he did. So probably if I'm Deontay Wilder, I'm probably thinking, well, let me get rid of him because maybe there is something fucked up because, again, Ortiz was giving me the business. So why couldn't you let me, or why couldn't you see what I had left? Because I was still on my feet. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to just think from the mind of Wilder, maybe he's thinking that way. Yeah, that's right. Beirut's son. You're absolutely right. Tyson's the man. I'm sure Breland was worried about that blood coming from here. Look, Mark was worried about all that because that was a factor, though, that people did not realize and take into consideration. Wilder ain't never bled from that. We seen his eye swollen. We seen his eye really swollen. But was he bleeding like that? He was bleeding from the mouth? Was he bleeding from the ears, the nose? The dude was bloodied. He was fucked up. I think that was an ear bleeding that really worried Mark. Ear bleeding might be a busted eardrum or a sign of brain bleed. He does, but the thing is, how the fuck we gonna know until they stopped it? You better safe than sorry. Fuck it. You know, Wilder did that shit. He did, you know, and then I don't think he's really considered enough to appreciate what Mark really did for him. That's what makes me so pissed off. It's almost like someone's falling and you catch their ass and then they look at you like, oh, you should have just let me fall. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. Wilder's temple was smashed. Yeah, he got fucked up. He got beat up. Absolutely, Philip Carl Roberts. He was going to struggle. That's what he's been doing to this day. Kurt, AJ will be Wilder's age in 5 years. Why won't AJ still be champion if he gets past Fury? I didn't say he wouldn't. I just said he'd still be around. You know. It ain't forgive boxing for that, Milton. It's shit. You gotta you can't you gotta take it out on Shelly Finkel. They didn't want that. Warriors need saving from themselves. Hate him or love him. Wilder is a warrior, and I am an AJ and Fury fan. Well, I mean, he's a tough guy. He didn't want to go out like that, but then what do you know? But here's the thing. If he gets like that again, we'll see and we'll know. He got 3 good years left. I hope so. And I hope he don't fight a bunch of fucking jackasses. I don't think AJ would want to be in this sport 5 years. He might not. He might do some other shit, knowing AJ. He might run for some type of office or something. Fire Hun, morning to you. AJ, he's fighting until 40 years old. Jay Rodriguez. Kurt, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Wilder just needs to accept his loss like a man and learn from it. Learn the fundamentals of boxing. I don't know. Maybe it's too late. Morning to you, bro. ¿Qué hay, bro? Hi. ¿Qué lo que? Todo bien aquí. Philip Carl Roberts. Wilder should have fired Finkel. Should have fired all those motherfuckers, honestly. He should have fired all of them. Every one of them. Fired them. It wouldn't have been as bad if he'd have fired the whole team then, because it'll let you know, like, okay, I don't have a solid team up under me. Let me sweep house. Let me clean house. AI is like in Puerto Rico, but I'm okay. Is that New Hampshire? Okay, but in NH, I'm thinking that's New Hampshire. A lot of people don't want to learn the fundamentals. That the problem, but at world level, it's crazy. Yeah, I agree, but if you do shit backwards or you think the opposite, of people, it is what it is. Never up north, we out here still running it. Okay. Thoughts on Floyd coming back, bully another Japanese dude. Yep, that's Floyd. Beating up smaller guys. That's why you have Tank doing it. Shit. Him and Tank beating up little people. They need to be ashamed of themselves, man. That's some bully shit. You need to do a shame. 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 Okay, cool. Yeah, tuning in. Got you. What do you think about Hunter versus Herkovic? I think that'll be a good fight, actually. I earned it. Yeah, I hear you. I got pissed to know that Wilder fired Breland and kept J.D. Ass. That's his new name. J.D. Ass. Who would be a solid team for Wilder if he did fire everyone? Teddy Atlas. Big fan of the show. Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it, Milton. Thank you for the super chat, brother. D-Ass. That's it. That's his fucking name. That's his new name, bro. His new name. Nombre nuevo. D-Ass. Yeah, this is after training stuff. I heard this fucking guy. This is JD Ass, right? JD Ass, you can tell he's like, this training here. This is after training stuff. This is not beginning training stuff. Dude's fucking hilarious, man. I'm like, what the fuck he say? This is after training stuff. This is not beginning of training stuff. This is after training stuff. Fuck out of here. And where are the American heavyweights? There are no prospects or nothing. Easy bans. Yeah, fucking juicing ass Jay Miller. I'll make you swallow your goddamn teeth. That's Jarrell Miller, dude. You should definitely do a podcast. Yeah, I will one day. I will. That should be some fun shit. But no, man, Jarrell Miller was doing all right. Now, if you look at Jarrell Miller, it's funny. Because Jarrell Miller has like some outbursts and shit where he went off on some people. You know what I mean? And now you can connect that shit to like doing them fucking roids and having one of them roid attacks. You know what I mean? He said that about somebody. I'll make you swallow your goddamn teeth. He was probably juiced up then. I want to see the Bridger weight pop off, though. Fuck that. I don't want to see that clown shit. Didn't you know you were good at impressions? Oh, man. Oh, but my favorite is fucking Bob Arum. I don't know what's wrong with Deontay Wilder. The fucking guy has a mental fucking problem. He got beat so bad, and on February 22nd, that I don't think he knows where the fuck he is from time to time. I mean, look at Fury. He's already training. He's up and at him. You got Javon Sugar Hill. He's the man with the plan. And then you got fucking no fucking voice of Wilder except a bunch of bullshit black channels. And they're all talking a bunch of cockamamie bullshit. Then you come out and you hear Wilder say all this shit about my fighter, Tyson, and now wants to beg for a fucking fight. What the fuck is wrong with Wilder? You call my fighter a fucking cheat, then you beg him for a fight. What the fuck is going on? You fire Mark Breland. You fire Mark Breland. And you fucking sit there and you keep all these other dipshits. You keep the penis head looking fucking Finkel. He's a fucking nut. That's the one that fucked up for Tyson, you know. Yeah, it does kind of sound like Al Pacino and fucking everything. And fucking Eddie Hearn is a bum. The young fucking cocksucker. I can't stand that pompous bastard. I'm going to bed. Oh, can you do an impression of Bob Arum having a conversation with Andy Ruiz? Andy Ruiz, you're a fucking fat slob. You give me my money, and you can get the hell out of this house. I don't think you take care of me, so, fuck you. I'm going to Al Heyman. Fuck Al Heyman. He's a ghost. He doesn't exist. Get the fuck out of here with your rolls. I'm tired of looking at you, you spiky-haired tattoo-wearing bastard. Get the fuck out of here. I'm fucking gone, eh? I'm leaving you. I'm fucking gone. Fuck you. I told my wife I'm gonna leave you. Floyd. Bob Arum still owes me money from the Gotti fight. No disrespect, but Bob doesn't know what he's doing, and I think he should retire. And he doesn't have anything to do with the sport of boxing. That's why we had to make our shit. That's why Oscar De La Hoya left him, Miguel Cotto, etc. Even though Manny Pacquiao, no disrespect to Manny Pacquiao, but he's not on my level. He'll never be on my level. I'll beat him 10 times out of 10. TMT, TBE, hashtag the money team. We doing our things. We're 100 strong. Oh, Wilder. How should I come with Wilder? Bob Arum, you are a thief. You and Tyson Fury. You lied to us. You wasn't a man of your word. You didn't do what y'all say y'all was gonna do. Y'all gonna go fight A Juice and J instead of fight the bronze bomber. But we will rise again. Best believe that. To this day. Oh, let's see, Bob Squad, boy. Let's see. Let's see. Bobby B, what's up, brother? LeRon 9817. Let's see. The nose flare, got it. Yep. Look, Wilder is an intense cat. I'm not really good at AJ. I mean, he like, I got that laugh down though, but I did catch, and a lot of people don't know this, but Anthony Joshua went off when he found out Deontay Wilder was fighting Dominic Breazeale. And this is what he sounded, because he was pissed off, but then they cut it. I don't know if you guys seen that. I can't find it no more, but Anthony Joshua was ranting and shit. He was in his gym. He was just talking. He was just like, Brazil? Brazil? This guy, he's fighting my leftovers. Brazil? He's fighting my leftovers, talking about he wanted unification. Yeah, you can do a good AJ. Waiting on some members only content. Hey, I got some, man. I did one, and you know how to go to it now, right? You go to the memberships, and it's only for. I'll send the link for the new thing, and it's actually some good film stuff. So stay tuned for that, and I'll probably drop it tonight or in the morning. But definitely, absolutely. Oh, Father Tio. Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna do this one and I'm out. That fucking, Father Tio. Here we go. Yo, bro, let me tell you guys something. My son was gonna kick every ass at 135 to 140. My son knew exactly what to do. He could have whooped this fucking pity pat, fucking short-armed ass Lomachenko. He could have beat his ass another way. He decided to outbox him because everybody said my son couldn't outbox this motherfucker. He's a clown, bro. I said what's up to this motherfucker in the room. He looked at me like I was a piece of shit. And I told him what I thought of him on everything. Look, let me tell you something. Him and his fucking son and his father, they some fucking clowns. He looks at me, that fucking stone ass face of yours. Yo, I'll punch you in your fucking head. And I knew my son was going to win that night. I was willing to retire, bro, if he didn't win. I'll retire if I have to. Listen, bro, I'm telling you, my son's going to beat every ass. He never, ever lost a round of sparring, bro. That's how good my son is. My son slept with me until he was 17 to make sure he was going to be at his best, bro. Look, bro, listen to me. My son is going to make the best of everything, and he's only 23. Why these motherfuckers ain't doing what my son doing? I told everybody. No, that's not Bill Haney. Yo, Manny and Oscar are dope. Let's see. Lomachenko. How does Lomachenko? Well, I don't want to fight without a crowd. Yeah, without live audience. I don't want to fight without a crowd because I think the crowd is motivation for me. Oscar De La Hoya. We're really sorry that we lost Canelo. So we're trying to get him back. He's coming back to the zone. Maybe we can talk to Eddie Hearn, and maybe Eddie Hearn can talk to him on our behalf with Golden Boy. We're trying to get Bernard Hopkins to talk to him. And I think that it was a misunderstanding with the contract. We only wanted the best for Canelo, and he will always have home for us here. And we wish him the best. And we want him to really come back. Excuse me while I clean my nose. Fucking. How many times Fury got caught cheating? I don't know. Once. I know he had shit in the system. You didn't have to wipe the coke off. I know, right? Yeah, he did. The shit was starting to leak. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Lennox Lewis, you know you're one of the best fighters I've ever fucking seen, but nobody liked you over here. Well, Bob, I just think it was because I was discriminated, and and you have guys like AJ, and he wants to fight in Britain, and I think that he needs to come out of his shell, I mean, AJ's a fucking glass chin bum. He got fucked over by the fat fuck Andy Ruiz. Well, Andy's a good fighter. He's been fighting, since he was 5 years old. I don't give a fuck how long he's been fighting. He's a fucking fat bum. No one won't market that fat blob. He's not coming back here. I think you're overreacting, Bob. I really do. Give me some of that. I really think you're overreacting. Floating rib shot. Oh man, it's crazy. I know Devin Haney. I've met him a couple times. Devin Haney. No, he doesn't. He's just like a. Devin Haney reminds me of a young Sugar Shane Mosley. Mike Tyson, I didn't know really Bob Arum that well. I heard he was a pretty good promoter. I think he was better than the rap piece of shit that I had with Don King. That fucking half a faggot. But I don't really know much about him. He was a pretty good person. In his day, I mean, he's old and he's all got longevity and he smokes weed and people think weed's bad, but it keeps me calm. It keeps me calm. Oh yeah, Psycho Crush, you believe that? Yeah, they supposed to believe that. They're gonna believe anything Wilder says. They're yes men too. Sí, así es, J. Rodriguez. Oh, I can't imitate Katie Taylor. All I need is a bent trumpet. I can't stand a word she says. Yeah. Yeah, she does kind of sound busted, don't she? Did Sugar Ray Robinson really kill someone and dream about it before? Yeah, he did. Slotello, he really did. What was the fighter's name? He I don't remember. But he had a dream that he killed the guy, and then he said, "Hey, I don't want to fight." And then they talked him the fuck in. Doyle. Yep, he killed Doyle. So what it was, he had a dream that he killed him. And then he said, look, I don't, and he called his manager to back out of the shit. Jimmy Doyle. He killed Jimmy Doyle, and then what it was, they talked him in like, oh man, it's just a dream, bullshit. That's like some Final Destination like shit. If you knew, Do Floyd spelling goat. But yeah, that really happened. Some crazy shit that happens, man. And, people have gifts. It's just, I am Tyson Fury. I don't know what the hell's wrong with Deontay. We used to be friends, and then the bastard betrayed me. He said that I've never seen that many excuses ever from someone ever in my life. He's out of his fucking mind. The fucking Dulce. But I do really, I question his mental state. I'm really worried about him. Fury is watching public opinion. If the public opinion starts to sway against him, he could walk away from boxing for like 2 to 3 years and a comeback and fight for a title again with whoever the champion is. Hey, that sounds like some Tyson Fury shit, though. Fury sounds like a dying pirate. He does. I am a fighting man. Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder so bad that he's twerking on camera. Are you in Australia? No, I'm not. You have a great channel. Calling it a night. Keep it up. You know what? Ruben Armstrong, Counterpunch to you. Bobby V. Everybody, appreciate you guys coming on. This has been an excellent chat. Stay tuned. I'm gonna upload some more videos because matter of fact, it's 12. So A lot of you guys will see it here in a second. So stay tuned for that. Jay Rodriguez, Philip, Carl Roberts, A Bear. A Bear. It's Herbert, motherfucker. Bobby V, Ruben, X-Con, Skrilla 50, Slotello Presents, Brittany Devine, all you guys on the chat. Will Stokes have been counterpunched. Have a good night or a great morning. Peace.